when I say I only play this game for rank, I mean it, man.
Okay, but you gotta do the thing that gets you the A tier skin though. The A tier unlock. You gotta do that, surely.
There's an A tier unlock.
Yep, every time an anniversary rolls around, since this is one of the anniversary essences, they give you a free A tier unlock.
They've been doing the Apples thing since Koa 4, by the way, and I only have 30k.
Bro, you don't have enough to get the novelist thing?
I don't have enough to get anything. I literally just don't.
Alright, go into your arena directory and subscribe to all the matches for 2,400 free apples.
Where's that?
The thing where, bruh, you know where it is.
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay,
No.
You know the thing where you go on to like the schedule to subscribe to matches and there's like the live section inside IDV? It's like the live tournament inside IDV. You know where that is?
No.
Okay, bro, go to your room.
Mm-hmm.
And then click on your book.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're
click on
I don't
my
know
book.
if it's delayed. Okay, then go to arena directory and then go to schedule, and then you see other things that say subscribe. You subscribe to at least 12. Then once you've done that, you go to event. You go subscribe to event on the left side, and then you can get 2,400 free apples.
And this is why Zeez is the YouTuber, not me.
All I gotta do is subscribe to 12 of them. Don't even have to do all of them. It's funny, you say subscribe, and apparently it's supposed to like let you know about it, but it literally never does. Yeah. So the subscribe literally does nothing. It just is there to get you the apples.
Yes. Alright, match predictions. Okay, now for the fun stuff. Alright. Do I turn this into a YouTube video? Yes or no? Probably, right?
It's content, bro. Eli and I did it. I say you do it too.
Alright, but last year I did this, people were on my head about it. Alright.
Yeah, I know I got hate on mine too, but I was also dumb back then. I'm also dumb now, but it's fine.
It actually does send you a notification if you're on mobile. Ah, I see.
Oh, because on PC it doesn't. I see.
Okay. Alright, well then, hi YouTube. Zeus IdentityV here with another video, and we're gonna be doing Koa predictions. In case you're watching this on YouTube, guys, I'm live every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday around 7 to 8 p.m. EST. I kind of pick and choose, but I start at those times. So, yeah. And I'm gonna be doing my Koa predictions. Zeez is gonna grill me on his predictions, and yeah, he's gonna explain to me why I'm wrong on every single prediction. And I'm gonna be having a little fun with this. I'm gonna make two lists. There's gonna be an objective list, like one that I just like assuming like we're assuming best of the best, and one for just my personal bias, practically for like what I would like to see for Koa. So one that's most likely to happen, one that I would like to see happen. That's what we're gonna do, because I think that would be a bit more fun. Yeah. So number one, for the objective, I don't think it's really that, you know, far-fetched. TE has consistently performed both Hunters and Survivor end. They quite literally rarely ever lose. If they lose, it's just a matter of the fact that somebody made mistakes, but most of the time they don't fucking court. I'm gonna edit that out. I'll edit that out.
There's a 500% chance that he will not edit that out, chat. If you're watching this in a YouTube video, you gotta comment something funny now. Comment cord.
Comment cord.
So comment cord if you hear this.
TE number one, not very far fetched, you know. Number two, I would actually say Axes. Axes at number two. Axes is a very strong team overall. Is there a thing where they can show the rosters? Because I don't remember. Yeah, there is right here. So yeah, Axes, they kind of are a specialty pick, really not Itzy. Itzy for me is because they're non-professional. I kind of want to see where they stand. Like while they have good stats up against, you know, like FPX ZQ and other professional teams, they're still non-professional, and I want to see what else they're capable of before I have a direct say. Which is why I'm doing two. I'm doing like what's most likely to happen and what I personally think I would like to happen. You know, and so that's why. You know, Tuna and Neon, very strong survivors. Kakaka. Okay, I said it 3 times. Yeah, okay, I didn't say it like 5 million times. Very strong hunter. For third, I This one might be a bit of head scratching. I'm gonna go third. I'm doing Dow 5, and that's gonna be head scratcher for people. The reason I say Dow 5 is because Dow 5 has actually shown somewhat consistently that they know how to play the game. It's not COA 7 anymore. It's not IVL. It's not IVL 2023 fall where the survivors and Yan are not playing the game properly and like making dumb mistakes. Like when you watch the survivors play, you can tell that they're playing with a purpose, and you can tell that they're actually like they're playing effectively and using like real good strategies when they're facing up against the best of the best. And we've seen this in matches against FPX against Weibo, against MRC, like all these strong teams where Dow 5 was able to take it up against, all the way up to like round 4. There was a match with Dow 5 where they went to round 4 against what, GG, who were the previous COA champions. So if that doesn't say anything, I don't know what does. Then at number 4, we have AWG. AWG, I'm just putting here mainly because of the fact that they're a professional team practically. They are, they're a professional team, so I'm putting them there. And people might say this and be like, "Oh, why do you have Axes over AWG?" The few matches that I have seen with AWG have not been the best matches. Granted, obviously that would be my own ignorance, about, the matches and whatnot. But from what I've seen, AWG, they somewhat lack in their survivors, and the team is very much hunter carry. So what ends up happening is that it just becomes a game of endurance on the hunter signs, and it is always just, which hunter can 4K more unless the survivors lock the fuck in. Kind of shit. But granted, I'm not Zeez. I haven't seen every single IJL match out there. So for all I know, I could be incorrect, But this is just based off what I've seen. Like, the matches that I have seen. If I had to make a swap, though, if I could watch more matches, I would then just swap Axes and AWG, because if we look at if we look at raw lineup, coordinator, dancer, merc, officer, enchantress, pros, acro, arrow, cheer, hulla, opera, goatman, compared to Axes, which is way more, I guess, especially on the hunters end, they're way more specialist with Weaver, Axeboy, especially with the double Weaver. AWG just has more meta, So if I had to, I would put Axes. I would put AWG where Axes is. But again, based on what I've seen, Axes is kind of surprisingly done better. A lot of pro teams have been struggling against non-pro teams. They have. Literally Itzy. Which, speak of the devil for Itzy. Itzy at 5. And it's really just because they don't have that much experience. I need to see more. Like, they did well in quals. But I need to see more. I would need to see more. I would like to see Itzy in top 3. I'm gonna be honest. The teams I want to see in top 3, if I'm doing it, like, this is Group A. This is my, like, what I believe will most likely happen. If I had to see it, the teams that I want, number 1, I want you. Number 2, I want you, and then number 3, I want you. This is how my ideal. This is my ideal Group A for top 3. This is how I want Group A to go. Just blatantly. This is how
you want Yen?
Yes.
Dang.
Yes. He's performing. He's performing. His
Goatman is very good.
He's performing. Bro likes Yan. Bro, it's always been a meme with me and Yan, but it's just Yan just needs to perform, and he's been performing. I can't disregard that. Like I said, it's not 2023 anymore. He's been performing. Like he's been doing his shit. That's my ideal. But objectively speaking, like, what I would more than likely assume to believe would be this, and this. That would be it. Did I swap it? Oh, I did. I'll probably just keep it like that just because they have more meta. Yeah. Guys,
if you're in comparing?
Yes,
to mine?
Yeah. What did you have? This is okay, so this is my finalized objective. because I'm just looking back and forth, and I'm just now swapping because I'm a meta whore. I'm a meta whore, guys. Me love meta. I see meta, me likey. The flags in my brain, they go off, and me likey. So yeah,
That's fair.
me meta whore. Okay. So yeah, swapping AWG axes. So this is final. This is what I think is most likely to happen. What I want to happen is AWG, ITZY, and Dow 5 in top 3. Meta this, meta that, but you ain't meta woman. I'm in a very happy, committed relationship of almost 2 years.
That's crazy.
You know, my wife literally always comes to my streams to say hi. And you all say hi to her back, otherwise I kill you.
Wasn't Vina here earlier?
Yeah, she was.
Oh yeah.
So what was your group A?
So obviously TE first.
Okay.
I 100% agree with there.
Uh-huh.
I think 2 through 5 are completely interchangeable in this bracket.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep it so real because they all have strengths and weaknesses that like.
Yeah.
I feel like they can all one up each other. I'm a little hopeful, but I had ITZY in second.
I want.
I think
no,
I
want ITZY in top 2. I really do. I want ITZY in top 2. I want them in top. I want them in top 3 for their group. I really do.
I really want to see ITZY having a non-professional make it
team.
through. That'd be awesome.
It'd be amazing. I really want them. I want them to be.
I had AWG for third.
Mm-hmm.
And then Do 5 for fourth.
Yeah.
And then Axis fifth.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like aside from T, I think TE is going to dominate this bracket. But like everybody else, I feel like it could be anybody, honestly, because they all have strengths and weaknesses. Like a lot of these teams are more hunter sided for sure.
Yep.
Except for Axis, which I feel like is pretty balanced in both sides.
I saw that off someone on Twitter. Yeah.
In a hunter meta, I prioritize the hunters.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Well, on to Group B. By the way, I want you guys to know right now that the list that I'm gonna be personally doing is just gonna be what I personally want, / like a mix of both. So my finalized, obviously, now that we done the objectives, this is just gonna be it, because you know I'm an ITZY guy, and I'm having faith. So this is gonna be my final predictions. Now, I already went through, you know, what would be and what I personally want, and then this is, you know, the combination. I'm doing something different. It's confusing, but as I do it again and again, you guys are going to catch on. You know, prediction, what's most likely to happen, what I personally want to happen. Yeah, that's how I'm doing it. So this is my, you know, finalized prediction. Kind of whatnot. Because I have my soft spot for, sadly, Dow 5 and ITZY because they're goated. I'm sorry. Watch ITZY's GOAT. Watch Bailu play Goatman again against FPXZQ and tell me that's not the creamiest shit ever.
Dude, Bailu is so clean. That BQ, like, oh my gosh.
Tell me it's not the craziest shit ever. Alright, on to Group B. So, this should be the easiest one. Okay, so we're gonna start with what's most likely to happen. So, what's most likely to happen is GG, Wolves, RC, Sky, Omni. I don't really need to explain this. GG, previous COA champions, strong team overall, strong hunters. You know, Wolves arguably has one of the strongest survivor lineups in the world, rivaling that with like MRC and whatnot. They're the only team this current COA qualifiers that were able to consistently draw a hullabaloo, which is something that is you can't. There's no other team that has that. And honestly, like, if I was highballing, I would put Wolves above GG solely because of that. TBH. Which is, you know, we're going to get into what I would want. And then RC just overall strong team. They lost Peter, but, you know, they still have Aka and Shota. Interesting name. And, you know, City and Soba, some of the strongest survivors in the world as well. Same thing with Mono P. Haven't seen much of Ryuli, but they have, you know, City, Soba, Mono P, still 3 of the strongest survivors in the world. I don't really need to go much into detail. Sky, I really don't know much about Sky, to be honest. Aside, like, I really don't. Like, watching Southeast Asia, Sky did perform pretty well, though. I will say, the Sky survivors and hunters, they were pretty strong. What set did we watch where it was Sky versus, was it Sky versus that one team that went against the Night Watch up round one? Zeez?
I don't know.
I
I
I'm
can't
gonna
recall off the
I'm
top of
gonna
my head.
we're gonna have to check the film. We'll check the film,
Yeah.
trust.
The fact check.
Yeah, we gotta fact check this, guys. How long ago was it that we did Southeast Asia? It wasn't that long, right? Was it the one with the confined ivy, or was that Korea? That was Korea.
That was Korea, yeah.
That was
No, because I
Korea.
think we did SEA separate.
Oh, we did,
We
yeah,
recorded. We did because we wanted to
we
record
was
SK together because we were scared of it.
yeah. We recorded SK together because we were petrified, and then yeah,
After that IVT, bro.
yeah. Oh no, it was a whole different match. Yeah, it was a whole different match.
I don't know if I would put Sky and
Yeah.
Omni on the same level.
I feel for me just because for what I've seen, because my thing with Omni is that Omni, we've already established, just the Omni survivors have close to no synergy at all. They play like they're
Yeah.
playing by themselves. They have close to no synergy at all. Whereas the Sky survivors show that they do have some level of synergy.
Yeah. I the only reason I put Omni above Sky in fourth is simply wishful thinking.
Yeah,
That is all.
that's practically that.
I want Omni to succeed, but I just, if I'm being realistic, I can't put them.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't. I'm only putting them there for wishful thinking.
Does Shama play Breaking Wheel? He does occasionally. He does.
Very rarely.
Yeah.
He got bullied off that character.
Yeah.
They worked him in IVL
Now,
so hard.
Now for what I personally want to see, I want to see Wolves on top because I love it. I love survivor carry teams, and that's what Wolf is. Wolves is like a hybrid survivor carry team. For years I want a survivor carry team. Like I want GSL to be, a survivor carry team. That's my aspiration. Like if I want a team to be number one in their group, I want Wolves. I want Wolves number one. Just because I love survivors. Followed up, I want to see RC in second because yeah, I do want to see RC in second. It's RC. They perform really well. Their survivors really good. Same with their hunters. Not to mention RC is one of the more aggressive teams when it comes to their gameplay. So they're kind of like Wolves in that sense. RC, like, and when they play aggressive, they play aggressive. They go crazy. They go crazy. For third, I'm gonna be honest. Third is just my personal bias because Jama pisses me off. I want Sky in third. It's just because Shama pisses me off.
No way.
It's just because Shama pisses me off. Like when he plays.
That's crazy.
Listen, it's literally. Listen, it's objectively. You already know GG's in top 3. Objectively, but Shama pisses me off sometimes when he plays. Because he's so weird. No, I've memed on Shama for so long. You can ask Zeez. I've always like head scratched on.
True.
I've memed on Shama for so long.
Even I have recently. He is
some of the things he does, he makes interesting plays, and it drives me insane. So just because Shama pisses me off, it's Sky, and then you get GG and then Omni. And then for my finalized predictions. It's just gonna be Wolves at number 1, GG at number 2, RC number 3, Sky number 4, Omni number 5. That's finalized for Group B. What were your final predictions for Group B?
I had Wolves first, RC second, GG third. I put RC above GG simply because I think Akka's a better hunter than Shama.
That's fair. That's fair.
Even though they lost last year, even though RC lost to GG, I think this year they can beat them. And then Omni 4th, Sky 5th. Only reason I put Omni 4th is wishful thinking.
That's fine.
I want them to get like as high as they can, but realistically it's Sky 4th, Omni 5th.
Yeah. That's fair. All right, on to Group C.
Yeah, the official commentators have no faith in RVL or any at all.
They don't.
There was one commentator that put them in third above WBG, which was crazy.
Yo, rivals, please prove them wrong.
I think they can.
I think they can. We'll get to Group D. We'll get to Group D.
I'll get there.
All right. So now we have Group C, which is honestly if there's a group that I want to watch the most, it's Group C. It really is Group C. Group C, and it's solely because, guy, I'm gonna be so real. It's because of the Korean team, which is where we're gonna start off. So first, I don't think this needs much explaining. Zeta, for what I think is most likely to happen, Zeta. I don't really think that needs an explanation. Zeta is, I said it originally, but Zeta got one of the best trades ever. Like, this is equivalent to like Luka going to the Lakers. Zeta picked up Peter, aka best opera singer in the world, Peter. Along with having Dolisu, Kazuneko, Hametu, Zeta is like has arguably like one of the best, if not the strongest survivor lineup in the world. It's literally tied with them and Wolves. And it's like a three-way tie with MRC, Wolves, and Zeta. Their survivor lineups are so incredibly strong. It's actually out this world. Pair that up with Peter being the best opera singer in the world, and with his Hullabaloo being, Jesus Christ, so ever-lovingly cancerous. His vast hunter pool. Now, at least, because beforehand, Peter didn't really have that big of a hunter pool. He was kind of a opera one trick, and that was about it. But now he's actually, built up the hunter pool. Practiced his Ivy. He has Hullabaloo. He got a Goat Man. He has an Ann. He has all these crazy hunters. Like, Zeta is so strong. I don't. How does Zeta lose? Realistically speaking, how does Zeta lose in Group C? What needs to happen for Zeta to lose? Genuinely. Like, what happened?
Shotgun chair. That's it. I don't know. I'm of the exact same mind, bro. I see no way Zeta doesn't get first.
How does Zeta not get first? How does Zeta lose? Like, how does Zeta get anything other than first? Followed up, we got MRC. I glazed MRC a little bit. One of the best teams ever, Survivor end as well. I would only say that MRC is semi-weak on their hunters because their hunters have similar pools. I'm gonna be honest. That's really it.
I mean, XC is putting in work.
He is putting in work. I can respect that, which is why I got him in second. But their hunters are still. When I say weak, I'm mainly talking about pool diversity for what could happen. That's why. That's what I mean by weak. Pool diversity on the hunter end, it's not there. So that means when you're facing either or, there's no thought when you're playing them of, okay, I gotta watch out for this, or what if they have this and this and that. You pretty much know what to expect when you're going up against MRC hunters, which makes them predictable. Which means you can heavily abuse that on the opposing survivor side. Zeta only loses if one of their survivors gets hit by a car on the way to the tourney. Yo, God forbid. God forbid. So yeah, MRC second. And then in third, I have a ACT. Again, very strong team. The thing is just with ACT, specifically for BO1, put it in Dragon Ball terms. Zeta not getting first place would be the equivalent of how can I put this actually? Zeta not getting first place would be the equivalent of Namek Saga Krillin, of Namek Saga Frieza losing to Namek Saga Krillin. If Zeta doesn't get first place. That's literally like the pedestal. Like, people put ACT over Zeta? What? You gotta get ACT over MRC first.
Oh, yeah, bro. The commentators actually are glazing ACT so hard.
You gotta put ACT. You gotta get ACT above MRC.
No, look at somebody put Zeta in third.
What?
They have Zeta. They have ACT in like first and second. Zeta third. Only like, okay, so 3 of the Japan. Oh, it might be a difference of CN versus Japan, actually.
Okay.
Because all the JP commentators are putting Zeta at first.
Okay, good. As they should. Okay, thank you. ACT glazing is crazy. No, literally. Bro, get ACT above MRC first. How long do we have until the predictions end? I think until the actual group stage starts. So you have until the 10th.
You have like 3 days or so, I think.
Yeah.
3 to 4 days, depending on time zones.
So yeah. Fourth place, we have ZZZ. Actually, I have ZZZ over RD before people kill me. And the reason why I have ZZZ over RD is ZZZ was so far ahead of Korean qualifiers is actually insane. ZZZ wiped literally every team. Do we like they just it was straight destruction. ZZZ destroyed every single team in SK quals, and it was by a landslide. They were so far above and beyond the standard of gameplay in SK. It was beautiful to watch. Rewatch the videos of me watching ZZZ up in finals, up in quarters, up in semis. I was glazing, and I will keep glazing ZZZ. RD I have in 5th because, yeah, they're a specialist, and you know, like I said, I'm a guy of meta, you know. RD, don't get it twisted. RD is strong, but RD historically and currently they're not performing the best, and every other team kind of just washes them, in my opinion. This is what I think it's most likely to happen. What I want to happen is the following: Zeta, MRC, ZZZ, ACT, RD. This I really want ZZZ in top 3 for Group C. I really do. And I'm gonna be honest, my most wanted is my final as well. This is actually, no, it's not. My final is just swapping ZZZ and actually, do I want to be hopeful for ZZZ over ACT? Do I want to? Do I want to just say wishful thinking and say fuck? Yeah, I'm gonna say fuck it because I'm a ZZZ glazer. Yeah, this is what I want is my final for Group C. What I want is my final. My final for Group C: Zeta number 1, MRC 2nd, ZZZ 3rd, ACT 4th, RD 5th. Are they the Beerus of IDV? Zeta right now in this group is the Beerus of IDV. I really don't see. So yeah, this is my final. I have that much. Is ZZZ better than MS/Cat? Yes, without fail. Without fail.
I heard a rumor that ZZZ had some. It was like half of Cat.
Really?
I don't know how accurate that is. I heard a rumor. I don't know how accurate that is.
All right. Shit. So yeah, what do you have for Group C?
Mine was pretty similar to yours. I mean, the RC definitely kind of displaced it, or the ZCC displaced it. But
yeah,
I have Zeta first, MRC second, ACT third. I put RD above ZZ simply because they were there last year, and even though they don't have Dream,
yeah,
I did it just because they had experience. That's literally the only reason.
that's fair. That's fair. What do I have for that? Yeah, I'm glazing the non-pros. I'm glazing the non-pros. I got Itzy in second, ZZZ in third. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because South Korea, just objectively, their gameplay is not to the T. Like, if I had to say which server is better between NA and SK, I would 100% say NA. But the way ZZZ played, it was like, holy shit. Like, these guys, they're here to win. Like, they were playing to win. You could see that in their comps and their rotations, the way the hunters and the survivors were playing. Like, they are here. They are here to make themselves known. And I personally, I have faith in them. I have faith in ZZZ. I do. Then, of course, we got Group D. We got FL, FT, GR, RVL, and Weibo. So, first place for what I think is most gonna happen, most likely, is a GR. I think GR is undisputed number 1, and I have GR over Weibo just because right now Weibo has not been performing because Weibo barely qualified for Koa this year. Like, Weibo was struggling this year. Like, they really were. Because what is it? If I'm not mistaken, Alex didn't 4K a single time, right?
I don't recall, but he was very inconsistent, yes.
Yeah, like, who do you think has a higher chance of winning Coda, GR or Zeta? I gotta go with Zeta, bro. I gotta go with Zeta. Like, I I gotta go with Zeta, man. Like Zeta is just.
I would personally put them complete equal in power. If it's
Yeah.
anything, I'm saying if it's those two, the survivors have to work harder.
Yeah. Weibo got lucky that the team they had to beat was G. That's crazy, but you're not wrong. Like Weibo struggled this qualifiers. They really did. They really did. They really did. They struggled this qualifiers. They really did. But Weibo, out of everyone here, they still have experience, so I gotta put Weibo here. Out of, you know, etc. play. For third and fourth, I think are interchangeable. For third, it's either RVL or FL. I genuinely believe RVL can hit top 3 this year. This is a doable bracket for RVL. They're not going to they didn't get the Omni bracket, okay? They didn't get this bracket either. Like this is a doable bracket for RVL because the preceding two teams being FL and FT, I would put FL and RVL relative to each other. RVL and FL, both, in my opinion, from what I saw, are better than FT. FT, they are a consistent Southeast Asia team that always qualify. But FT semi has specialists, specifically with Hessian, with Gamekeeper Hermit, and Gamekeeper already in the meta is kind of a hit or miss pick. Same with Hermit. Hermit is a all or nothing pick, and in the current metagame, you can't really do all or nothing picks unless it's already in your favor. And for it to be in your favor, you need the Hullabaloo, Goatman, Ivy, Opera, Tway, Art Form. Also, yeah, sweetie, Alex is Weibo's hunter. So for me, FT is at the bottom. For what I think is most likely gonna happen. RVL and FL, you can interchange them. What I want to see now is this is exactly how I want to see it as well. This is already how I want to see it. GR, Weibo, RVL, FL, FT. And if I want to know what's I think is most likely gonna happen, GR, Weibo, RVL, FL, FT. So my final prediction of the two, GR, Weibo, RVL, FL, FT. Had to repeat it. But this one I think is very linear. I genuinely believe RVL they can beat FL. I genuinely believe they can do it. I love FL, they're a solid team, but the issue is hunters. FL hunters, specifically Hasha, and I'm not saying this to come for Hasha, but specifically Hasha has some levels of consistency issues when it comes to comp. He does. Truthfully speaking, he does. He has some level of consistency issues. So, compared to Sprinter, who we've already seen knows his shit, has all the meta down, has a vast hunter pool, and is a one-man army with the hunter, it just becomes a battle of endurance, and that's it. And I truthfully believe RVL can win that battle of endurance. So this is my finalized for Group D. GR, Weibo, RVL, FL, FT. What did you get?
I was nearly identical. I just swapped WBG and FL.
Really?
Yep.
Why?
I'm all. I guess to explain. First, GR dominates everybody here.
Yeah.
Uncontested.
Yeah.
No question about it. I personally think 2 through 5 can be like bracket A, completely interchangeable. But for FT, I guess I have them at last. I know they're consistent and very strong, and Rival's actually pretty worried about them since there's very little information about FT this year.
Mm-hmm.
But simply because of what I've seen from RVL, I think that they can pull through. Because they have Yin, Ling, and Green. That's a roster change, and that's 2 new members that are very, very strong. Because Yin Ling has experience, I believe,
from last
China
year.
teams.
Yeah, he was
from China teams.
Yeah.
Well, I think he was on Omni for 1 year, but before that he was on other teams in China. I want to say I could be wrong. And they also have Green. Green is dummy good, and I think people are not ready for that.
Yeah.
And then obviously Sprinter's very strong. I'm slightly worried about when it comes down to Sprinter's Ivy though.
Yeah.
High key, because Sprinter's Ivy in IVS was kind of meh.
Yeah.
Like everything else is fine, but his Ivy is like his weak point in my personal opinion. And I feel like if it comes down to an Ivy choice, he's gonna prioritize something like Wax instead. And even though his Wax is very strong, he might be one of the best Waxes in the world. His Wax got cheesed in IVS. He should have got a 4K, but they literally hit against him and they cheesed him and got a draw.
Yeah. I see.
For WBG, I have them at 4th, simply due to the fact that they have been so inconsistent.
That's fair.
Alex, we kind of described that Alex and DX kind of have the same symptom of like being extremely talented hunters but haven't got a good grasp of this meta.
Yeah.
And then the survivors have been very inconsistent as well, except for Juan.
Yeah.
On WBG, everybody has been very hit or miss. And FL for Hasha, even though Hasha hasn't been extremely consistent either, in the later weeks of JP, Hasha was doing very well. That's the only reason I put them above.
That's fair.
It's just because the rate of acceleration was very fast.
Okay. I got some level of faith in Weibo. The survivors, they can lock in. We saw Gwoker lock in. Like Gwoker went from throwing to carrying. So
yeah, same with Juan. Juan was always doing weird niche strats, then all of a sudden decided, let me just carry the team on my back real quick. But again, in a hunter meta, with how Alex has been playing, it's gonna be tough. However, again, it needs to be said that something that's really terrifying for non-professional teams, especially like teams outside of CN and JP, is in the weeks that they have had to prepare, they have far more resources than the non-professional teams.
Yep.
Far more resources. So the rate of improvement plus the nerfs to Hala and Go are gonna matter so much. It just depends on who improved the quickest.
Yeah, who adjusted quest quickly. Because that's what it's gonna come down to.
Yep.
Well then, we shall see, my friend, which one of us was correct. And we shall see who earns the 600 apples. Yeah. These are that's my call predictions. Yeah.
You're not done yet, buddy.
All right, I still have a tournament.
The other section, the results predictions for the characters, maps, etc.
All right. So most used survivor guys, it's obviously gonna be Enchantress. No,
Enchantress.
It's obviously gonna be Enchantress, guys. It's obviously gonna be Enchantress. Most used survivor though, assuming they're not banned. I'm on it. I might go on I was gonna say Puppet, but Puppet is gonna be banned too much. Definitely Knight. No, not even close. Nowhere near it.
Oh man.
Nowhere near it. Gravekeeper.
There's like 6 solid options, honestly.
Honestly, Gravekeeper actually might be up there.
Yeah, I could see
it. Gravekeeper actually might be up there.
He'd be on the lower end, but I could see it, yeah. He's so popular this year.
Yeah. 100% aggro. I don't see aggro. Because he kind of has the same thing with Knight, where even when they're not banned, they're not really picked that often.
He's a solid pick, but he's not picked all the time.
I think, 1-to-1, just historically speaking, the most would probably be Psychologist, because the character is a slap-on literally every team. Any team comp you can imagine, slap a Psych, and the team comp is complete. Like,
I agree. I'm putting Psych as well. I think there's like 6 to 7 viable picks.
Yeah.
Non-depending on bans, I would say Merc, Officer, Coordinator, Embalmer, Psych, Puppet, and that's probably it. And Grave.
Yeah.
That's probably it. I'm personally putting Psych though, because
hey, you want to
Psych broke.
There we go. Yeah, no, that's fair. Most used hunter, guys, obviously violinist. Obviously violinist, baby. No, it's gonna be Hullabaloo Gang. It's you're gonna see him literally everywhere you go. I don't think this would need much explaining. I don't weak hunter though, but yeah. Survivor with the highest average deduction Oh my lord. Oh my. How am I supposed? Yo. What? 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 What is this? This is 5 times. You want me to get a one? I got a 1% chance of getting this right. I got a 1% chance of getting this right. Uh-huh. You know, I'm riding the Zeta wave. I'm gonna say it's gonna be Dolisu. Sure. We're gonna say Dolisu. Who did you say for this one, Zeez?
I think there's like 1,000 good options for this one. I thought about almost doing Kazuneko just because he's my goat.
Yeah.
But I put XMX from Wolves simply because Rescuer equals probably the longest surviving. You'll make the escape most of the time.
Okay,
You're the one with
fair.
borrowed time, and everybody else gets sacked off. So I just figured, well, if Wolves are the strongest survivor team, let's go with the Rescuer from Wolves.
That's fair. All right, Dolisu,
but again,
prove everyone
there's
wrong.
so many good options.
Dolisu, prove everyone wrong. Trust.
Yep.
Hey.
In my heart, I want Kazuneko.
Highest hunter. Highest hunter average. Yo, do I be ballsy and say Bailu? Yo, do I be ballsy and say Bailu? Why Hala is most used hunter? Because you're gonna see him literally every time in round 1. And above all else, round one, obviously, you know, with no bans, that's who you're gonna pick. In a round 1 situation, you're not gonna see anything but a hullabaloo. So it's like what? There's gonna be 20-ish round 1s, 20. He's gonna do it. Do it, no balls. All right, bet. Bailu, trust. Team with the longest.
Some faith right there.
Yeah.
I put Peter from Zeta.
Yeah, obviously. Like, team with the longest average match time. Yo, who's a team that's known for being stally? Yo, Zeez, what was that team that we saw with the 17-minute Goatman match?
I was almost about to put them. I don't remember who it was, honestly.
RC.
I put this one as GR simply for the fact because Knees IV just.
Oh my God! Yeah, Nye just loves.
That's literally the only reason.
Nye loves to. Yeah, I'm putting GR actually. Nye loves to just. Guys, have you ever had the unfortunate, privilege of sitting through a Nye Ivy match? You ever had to do that before? Soul. Team with the most escapes through dungeon. Wolves. Strongest survivors. I'm gonna say Wolves.
I agree. I think Wolves are GG.
Yeah.
Wolves, GG, or MRC.
Yeah. With the most chest openings.
That one's funny.
Guys, you know what? They're gonna open all them chests. They're gonna open every single chest on every single map, trust. They're gonna open every single chest.
You put GR?
No, I put ZZZ.
I know. Oh, I'm behind on stream. That's funny. Apparently GG loves to do item swap plays.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are putting GG. I personally put Omni because we know they prioritize healing and chest over Cypher Rush. So.
You know what? That's fair. I'm putting ZZZ for the memes. And the most used map. So it's gonna be Ever Sleeping or Chinatown.
It's a 50-50. I put Chinatown.
I'm gonna do Ever Sleeping then, just because you put China.
That's fair. Yeah, just make it 50-50. We'll see.
Yeah. Darkwoods and Koa would be crazy. I'm gonna be honest. If Darkwoods was in Koa, Darkwoods would be the #1 pick map. That map is so insanely survivor-sided. It's crazy.
You think so?
The early game hunters. What are they doing against that shit? You play Ivy on Darkwoods. That Ivy's getting worked. You put Goatman on Darkwoods. That Goatman can get worked.
I think it's just heavily matchup dependent. Because you know what works you on Darkwoods? Geisha.
Okay, well, yeah, but who's playing Geisha round 1?
I mean, abnormal Geisha round 2 is
You know what? I can't even say that because we just saw a feaster. I can't even say that.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't even say that.
I think anybody with a decent projectile works you in the vines area.
Oh yeah, that's fair. The Bright Woods, yeah. I lean Chinatown for this one, yeah. It's a 50-50 between Eversleeping and Chinatown because they're the most popular. Even for me, I'm gonna be honest, I have a personal bias towards Chinatown. Like if I had to pick a map, I'm picking Chinatown. I'm just picking Eversleeping because Zeez picked Chinatown, and I kind of want to see who, makes it fun. Which one of it? Yeah, that's just it.
That's fair. I mean, I actually like Eversleeping better as well, so
yeah,
it's funny.
That's actually hilarious.
We're picking our op maps.
We're picking our opposite maps. That's actually hilarious. Do you Zeez watch pro player streams like Persica and her Billy Billy account? I don't, because making a Billy Billy account to actually watch the shit and it be high quality is a pain in the ass. I would love to,
Most
though.
I watch is the re-uploads on CCC, and that's
rare. That's rare.
Yeah. Most of the pro players I watch are like JP teams, like Cousin Echo.
Yeah, because they're on YouTube and I can watch them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's everything, though, right? Yeah.
Yep. Not until
the 24th.
Playoffs.
Yep. All right, guys. So that's gonna be it for the video. Those are my co-op predictions. Let me know your predictions down and what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to come to the streams. Remember, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, starting from 7 to 8 p.m. EST. We are live. So yeah, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed. Thank you, Zeez, for yapping along with me.
It's a pleasure.
And I hope you all enjoyed the video.
My pizza finally arrived. It's actually pretty good.
Hey, let's go. What kind of pizza did you get, though? This is important for our friendship.
I got sausage, black olives, and basil.
You got black olives.
Yeah? Is that a problem?
Zeez, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
You really?
I don't know if I can do this anymore, Zeez.